Hi everyone, my name is Celeste. Welcome and thank you so much for being here. Today's class is going to be focused on the hips. We are going to be working a lot on the mobility and strength of this area. Okay, so we're going to start laying down on the mat. If you think that your low back usually gets a little bit achy when you're resting on your back, then I invite you to pad under it, perhaps with a folded towel or a folded blanket. If not, don't. It's all good. Just lay down on the floor, bend your knees and stand your feet. Take a big inhale, and on an exhale, I invite you to close your eyes if you feel like. Otherwise, you can keep your eyes open, but if you do choose to keep your eyes open, then perhaps trying to focus and keep your eyes still on a point in front of you, somewhere in the ceiling. And take a few deep breaths. We take this moment to arrive into our practice, into our mat. So anything that came before this moment or anything that will come after, just let it go and enjoy the present. Place your hands on your low belly and just rest them there. And feel the movement of your belly with your breath. So every time we inhale, the belly grows big, and when we exhale, the belly draws towards the back. In a very fluid motion, so every time we inhale, we need to soften the belly to let it grow and let all the air in. And when we exhale, there's a slight contraction that allows all the air to flow out. And maybe take your attention to the movement of the breath at your low back. How do you feel this in contact with the floor? What happens when we exhale and when we inhale? Perhaps we feel that on an inhale, the air also flows towards your back and it does a little bit of pressure against the floor. And when you exhale, maybe there's a bit more lightness to it. And focus on the sensation of your low back against the mat. And just keep your awareness for 2 or 3 breaths more on this wonderful space that is your hips. Take a few last inhales and exhales softly and relaxed in and out through your nose. And start very gently to rub your hip space, your low belly. And when we are resting, we can feel the bones of our hips a little bit more. So explore this space, the size of your hips. Give it a bit of a rub. And maybe bring your knees towards your chest and rock side to side, giving some sensory feedback to your low back with the contact of the floor. Come to center, place your palms together and your feet together and start rubbing both your hands and your feet. So foot with foot and hand with hand. Really rub them. You can keep your eyes closed, or if you would like to, you can gently open your eyes. Nice. The back of your feet and the front, all over. Same with your hands. Awesome. Now place your hands behind your knees. And if your spine likes to, we can rock forwards and back. We need to really round through the spine. Make a little ball. If you do not like this, then just come up to standing. in a comfortable way. Just a few rocks. And then on the next one, we find momentum to bring us up to standing. If that was not a possibility, then just make your way up to standing. However, this feels comfortable to you. Stand with your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Take a big inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now, try to keep your feet a little bit wider than hip width, actually even quite wider. And we are gonna roll over the feet and we're gonna go side to side. So when we go to the left, we are gonna be standing on the outside edge of the left foot and on the inside arch of the right. And like so, we're gonna go side to side. You can place your hands on your knees. You could even be lifted a little bit more. Just to rock and wake up the ankles. Because we're gonna be working on the hips, but everything is connected. And working on the ankles, on your feet is a really good idea as well to release a bit on the hip space. Awesome, now come to center. Drop it all the way down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Place your hands on the mat and step your feet back to a lovely plank. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees down and take your hips back to a child's pose. Drop your head, big inhale. And then really round through the spine to come up into a tabletop. Also, we're gonna do a little bit of mapping of the hips. So from here, really long through the spine. And I want you to really focus on the space of your hips and anything else. And let's do a tuck out and in. So anterior and posterior tilts of the hips. And perceive the sensations that this brings, if there's any kind of shaking on any part of the movement. Maybe you take your tailbone out very smoothly, but when you need to tuck it in, there's like a bit of a shaking. It's all good. Just learned, notice, without judgment. Nice. Now come to center and wag your tail like you were a dog. So take your hip to the right and then the left, right and left. Literally like wagging the tailbone, but slower and more gentle. Nice. And then come to center and we're gonna take the tailbone out and then turn the hip to the right and then tuck the tailbone to the left and take the tailbone out, right, tuck, left, out, right, tuck, left. And then come to center, give me a bit of a shake. And then we take the tailbone out, left, tuck, right, out, left, tuck, right, out, left, tuck, right, another shake. And then try to do circles, smoothing all those points out. So imagine with your tailbone, you were drawing a circle behind you. And then reverse the circle. Nice, well done. Tuck under your toes, take your hips back and up into a downward facing dog. A bit of a pedal here, the first down dog of the day or of the class. Nice, big inhales and exhales, gently and softly. And then inhale, heels up. Exhale, deep bend on the knees and step your feet forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, really lengthen through the spine and exhale, we fold, drop the head, relax everything, relax your jaw, relax your face, everything is fluffy and hanging. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, hands on the floor and step your feet back into a plank. Big inhale here, exhale, drop the knees down, bend the elbows and drop your chest all the way down to the mat. Now place your hands one on top of each other like a little pillow for your forehead. Bring your heels towards your bum and then take your feet side to side. So window wipe your feet kind of, so they both drop to the left and they both drop to the right. And try to keep your hips really grounding square-ish onto the mat, right? So really make these movements because sometimes if we get carried away, the hip is gonna lift off. And I want you to really try to keep your hips facing the floor. Nice, a few rounds. Amazing. Drop your feet down to the mat. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Really squeeze the bum. And inhale, lift your chest slightly. Tuck under your toes. And push yourself back into a child's pose. Amazing. Inhale softly through the nose. And on an exhale, drop the knees down. And we come to a tabletop. Perfect. So wrists underneath the shoulders and hips underneath knees underneath the hips. Just sway your hips side to side a little bit. Awesome. Let's gonna start with the right. Let's take the right foot long, lift it up. So we have the leg parallel to the floor. And check that when we do this, we are not opening the hips. So really try to keep your hips facing the floor. And give me little circles with your pointy toes. Little tiny circles. Really squeeze that right glute and then reverse the circles. Nice. Keep the leg lengthened and place it down on the floor. And then we're gonna sweep the leg across to the left and then lift it and draw half a rainbow behind you. And I don't want you to make it really big that you bring it all the way beside you. It's tiny, okay? It's just really try to keep control of your hips. And then we sweep it across once more and lift it and draw a half, or well, not a half rainbow, but rather a full rainbow. And then sweep it across and up. One more across and up. Last time across and stay there. Take your hips back and slide this back foot back. And once the knee of the right leg is more or less at the height of the left foot, we place it there, we drop the knee, and then we turn these right toes towards the left. Walk our hands to bring you up. So we're gonna be in this kind of I'll turn forwards so you can see, in this kind of like a figure 4, but standing. Place your hands on your hips and give me the same circles that we were doing in the tabletop. To one side. You can even rub as you do this. Maybe it's like, ooh, that's confusing. And then reverse the circle. Nice. Really tuck and take the tailbone out. Explore this movement. Awesome. I'll come back so we reverse. Nice. Okay, now stop at the center. Walk your hands towards the front of the mat. The right foot, we're gonna step it back behind us, tuck the toes, and then bring the left knee into the chest to a 3-legged plank. And then this left leg is gonna come, the knee is gonna get closer to the left hand, and the foot is gonna come closer to the right hand. But there's no need to have it 45 or 90 degrees. Really make it comfortable because we are gonna come up to an active pigeon. And this is very demanding if we have the leg in a 90 degrees, so make it comfortable. If you need to wiggle your body a little bit further forward, that's all good. So now, we are off the floor, okay? If this is like, oh, that's a lot on my right leg, you can bend a little bit this right knee, but otherwise try to keep it long and active. Really squeeze through the bum and slide the right foot back. So your hips are very close to the floor. Take your wings out if it feels good. Otherwise, you can keep them on the floor in front of you. And then we're gonna drop the chest down. Try to touch your nose to the floor and then up. And then take your face towards the left and try to touch the right side of your head with the floor and up. And then head right and down and up. Ooh, and then forwards. Knee to floor, the nose to floor, and up. Nice. Now you can drop the back leg and tuck the toes. Stay up on your pigeon. Don't flop it out. Just try to stay active and try to keep your hips on your right leg rather. Really squeeze the bum. Nice. Inhale to grow tall, lengthen up through your spine. Nice. Walk your hands forwards, tuck under your back toes, bring your knee a little bit closer to you. And then this leg is gonna stay in this figure 4, and we're gonna bring it close to the right leg as we come to a figure 4 down dog. So now we're on this figure 4 downward facing dog. Inhale and softly exhale. And then take your weight a little bit forward and bring this left knee closer to your chest to just unravel the legs and bring knee to knee. And then imagine you had to, with your left knee, you had to draw a line in the inside of your right leg that goes down and up, down and up. Your legs are together, so they're zipped to each other. Nice, and then release. Ooh, a bit of a shaky on the bum. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards, and step your feet towards your hands. Big inhale to grow tall, halfway. And exhale, fold, relax the head, relax your jaw. And then roll your spine, vertebra per vertebra, head and neck. Come last. Well done. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fall down. Hands on the floor and step it back into a plank. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees down, bend the elbows. Once more, chest to floor, and use your hands as pillows. Bring heels to bum and window wipe the legs side to side. Trying to keep the hips grounding without lifting them. Continue to breathe softly. Nice. Lengthen the legs, hands under the shoulders. Really squeezy bum. Inhale to come to a cobra. Tuck under your toes and take your way back into a downward facing dog. Amazing. Now big inhale here. And exhale, drop the knees down. And we come into a tabletop once more. Now this time we are going to go with the left leg. So we take the left leg out long and up. Now perceive if maybe you are kind of like collapsing on your low back. So try to keep the hips facing the floor and really engage the glute. So if it means that you have if this means that you're just going to lift the leg 2 centimeters, then go for it. I prefer that rather than just giving up on your spine and your neck. So really keep your hips square, lift that left leg up. Give me tiny little circles with your pointy toes and reverse. Ooh, nice. Now drop the leg down, but keep it lengthened. And then slide it across towards the right. Lift it up to draw half a rainbow. I keep saying half a rainbow, but rainbows are half a circle. And then slide it across. Lift it up, little rainbow. Across and up. Last time, across and up. And once we have it across, really take it across and slide it back. Once the left knee is more or less at the height of your right heel, we drop the knee down, walk your hands up, and take these the left toes towards the right, and come to this figure 4 standing position. Hands on hips, give me some circles. And then reverse. And one more time, just explore. If you're like, no, circles, I don't want to do circles, I just want to tuck in and out, then be my guest. Or if you just want to be here, remember that you could be with your hands on the floor if it's too much, or you could grab blocks, right? Adapt it to you. Nice. All right, now, walk your hands towards the front of the mat once more and bring this left leg to come back. So we're gonna go into a 3-legged plank and then really strong through those arms and bring the right knee towards the chest. Then bring the right knee towards your right wrist and open the foot towards the left. Drop it down and we come to this active pigeon. Now remember, it's active, so we're not flopping it out here just yet. So keep the back knee off the mat as high as you can and as straight as you can. If you think that you're like, no, it's too much, so I need to bend the knee, go for it. And then on an inhale, we come up, torso lengthening towards the sky, and then try to Slide the back foot back a little bit more and keep your hips as close to the floor as you can. Spread the wings if you feel like, otherwise remember hands on floor. And let's go down, nose to floor, up, head to the right, right to the floor, up, head to the left, ooh, up. Last one, nose to floor, and up. Amazing. Now you can wiggle yourself to a bit of a more passive pigeon, but really not that much. Try to keep the weight over your left leg, really lengthen through the spine, engage them glutes. Inhale and exhale, really strong through the arms, tuck under your toes. And remember, we're gonna bring this left knee a little bit closer to us. So walk your left foot a little bit closer to the right leg. And then keep this figure four with the right leg as we lift it up into a figure four, three-legged down dog. So you have the right ankle over the left knee. Soft exhale, and then unravel the leg and bring the right knee against the left, like really zip them together. And remember, let's imagine we need to draw a line in the inner side of your left leg with your right knee. So we drop it down and up, down and up, down and up. One more down and up, release the foot, come to a down dog. A bit of a shake, a bit of a bounce. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend on the knees and step your feet towards your hands. Big inhale to grow tall, halfway. And exhale, fold, bend on the knees. If you fancy, relax your head and neck. Give me a nod saying yes. A nod saying no. And then roll the spine, vertebra per vertebra, head and neck come last. Ooh, well done. Now let's do a little vestibular drill. So we're gonna place, let's start with the right in front. Right foot in front of the, right foot in front of the left, and really on a straight line, try to keep them like so. If already being like this feels super wobbly, then place your feet really close to each other, next to each other. If not, if you're a little bit up for the challenge, we are gonna put our feet in tandem with the right foot in front and take a big inhale to grow tall. Expand the belly, softly exhale and try to close your eyes. If closing your eyes is way too much, then keep them open. And then turn your head to the right, back to center, head to the left, back to center. Tilt the head up, back to center, down, back to center. Remember, you could be doing this with eyes closed or open. Right ear to right shoulder, come to center, left ear to left shoulder. Come to center, open your eyes. Awesome, stand at the top of your mat. Big inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and fold forwards. Inhale, hands on knees, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Now place your hands on the mat and step your feet back into a plank. Inhale and exhale, drop the knees and bend the elbows, chest to the mat. If you have a block, you can grab a block as a pillow. Otherwise, if you don't have one and you have an actual cushion or something that you want to use, also you could use that, or you can use your own arm. You will see how. So bring the block or something to cushion your head. And then your left hand is gonna go more or less at the height of the block. Inhale, lift your torso and thread the right arm under the left. And we come to rest on our side, on our right side. So what I said is, if you don't have a block, maybe you can use your own arm just to support the head so it's not so far from the floor. Nice, you can keep it on a T-shape kind of. And bring both knees to be on a 90-90 with your torso. So we are gonna lift the left leg away from the right, bring the left knee to the chest, Open the knee up to the sky as high as you can. Glutes are engaged. Now take the knee away from your body. Still, the knee is still up. And then drop the knee down. And as you drop the knee down, you will see that the left foot goes up. And then bring knee to knee. And then knee to chest. Knee to the ceiling. Knee away from you. Drop the knee down and lift the foot up. Knee to chest, knee to the ceiling, knee away. Drop the knee, bring to chest, up to the sky, away from you. Drop it down, knee to chest. And now we reverse. We take the knee back, really engage the glutes, and then knee up to the sky, and as the knee goes up, the foot goes down, and then bring the knee towards you, and then drop the knee down to the chest. So it's literally the reverse steps of the previous one. So knee out, away from you, and then up to the sky, and then towards you, and then drop it down, and last one out, up to the sky, towards you, drop it down, and keep it knee over knee. Release the block and give me a little twist. So take your left arm towards the left. And we find ourselves in a twist. One inhale here. We don't stay for too long. And then bring the left hand to be next to your face, kind of. Now lengthen through the right leg. So the right leg is out long and the left is still bent. And use this left hand as a support, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll towards our belly. So the left knee is gonna be on the floor, and then this knee is gonna slide open to half frog. And then use the left hand to unravel yourself to bring the chest to the mat. So now you can wiggle yourself to make this comfortable. If you feel like your knee is a little bit achy, once more, remember you can always pad your bones so they don't feel too sharp on the floor. And here in this half frog, try to keep a 90 degree on your leg, but if it's too much, you could take it back. So straighten it a little bit more. And if it feels like not enough, you can bring it a little bit up towards your arms, kind of. Keep your foot flexed. And we are gonna press the knee against the floor, and we're gonna lift the heel up and then release. So knee to floor and heel up to the sky. Release. Once more. Release. Once more. Release. Last time, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done, team. If you want, you can try lengthening the leg. See what it feels like. Just to have your leg long. And then bring it back. Place your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck under your back toes, and really strong here. Push up into a three-legged plank. Wash, nice. And step it back to a down dog. Awesome, team. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend on the knees and step your feet forward. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale to fold, release the head and neck. Place the hands on the mat and step your feet back into a down dog. Wave your weight forwards to a plank. Big inhale here. Drop your knees down, bend the elbows all the way down. And now we're gonna reverse, so grab your block, little pillow. Place your right hand next to you and thread this left hand across towards the right. So I'm gonna be giving you my back. Remember, you can, with your left arm, you could be using it as a pillow, but place it in a way that is comfortable, because I know that also sometimes the shoulder blade feels a bit funny on the floor. So anything that needs padding, I want you to make it comfortable and not suffer while doing this. Awesome. Once you find your comfy position, bring your knees to a 90-90 with your torso. The first thing we do is lift the right leg away from the left. Bring the knee towards your chest and then lift the knee up to the ceiling, away from you. Drop the knee down first and lift the foot up, and then knee to knee, and then knee to chest, knee to the ceiling, knee away from you. Drop the knee down, knee to chest, knee to the ceiling, knee away. Drop the knee and lift the foot, and knee to chest. Last one, knee up, knee away. Drop the knee, bring it to the chest, and then we reverse. We take the knee back, and the foot goes back behind us, and then lift the knee towards your chest, and the foot drops down, towards the ceiling, and then bring the knee closer to you. Drop the knee to the chest, and continue, knee back behind you, knee up to the ceiling, knee towards you, knee to chest. Last time, back behind you, knee up, knee towards you, knee to knee, and we come to stack it over the other one. Release the block, and then come into a twist, so keeping the legs there, but taking your right hand towards the right. You can gaze up to the ceiling or drop your head towards the right. Just one breath. Nice. Now bring this right hand over towards the left and straighten the left leg this time. Drop the right knee on the mat and slide it as you roll chest to the mat, and then unravel your hands. Place both your hands as little pillow. Remember, the right knee is as high as you feel comfortable, and if you need to pad under the knee, be my guest. Try to keep though the shin at 90 degrees as well. The foot is flexed, so not pointy, right? But bring your toes towards your shin. And then as you press down through your knee, you lift the foot up and then down. Press down through your knee and lift the foot up. So internal rotation for you all. One more up and down. Last one up and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Amazing. Place your hands under your shoulders. You're gonna be really strong through these arms. Tuck under your back toes and lift yourself up into a 3-legged plank. Well done. And then on an exhale, take it back into a down dog. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, bend the knees. Walk your feet forwards. Drop the head and then roll your spine up to standing. Head and neck come last. We're gonna do vestibular on the other foot. If your feet were together, continue like so. Now we're gonna go, if you were in tandem like me, the left foot is gonna go in front. Remember that it's not any position, but rather a straight line, so we challenge the balance. And if on the previous one you felt like moving the head was too much with the eyes closed, just try to find a different variation. Maybe you can keep your eyes open and move the head with the eyes, or maybe you could just close the eyes and stay here without moving the head as well. All right, let's go. Whatever your stance and whatever your eyes positions, let's go. If you close your eyes, we close. And then turn the head to the left, back to center, head to the right, back to center, head up, back to center, head down, back to center, right ear to right shoulder, back to center, left ear to left shoulder, back to center. Open the eyes if they were closed. Stand at the top of your mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and fold your torso forward. Place your hands or your fingertips on the floor. Take your weight to the right leg and slide the left back and drop the back knee down for a low lunge. Now we're gonna make this low lunge a little bit wider, so try to take the right foot, walk it forward as much as you feel comfortable. So if this is too wide, then keep it closer, but try to challenge yourself a little bit. And then tuck under your back toes. We're gonna have to be super strong on those hips and Find slight momentum to lift the back knee off, but not too much, okay? Don't come into a high lunge, just a few inches, and then maybe walk your front foot a little bit away from you. Really strong to those glutes, and feel the hip flexors on the left leg working. Glutes super engaged. Try not to use your hands. And then place your left hand down, drop your left knee as well into the mat, and open the right leg away towards the side. So both your hands are on the mat. You can untuck the back toes if you feel like. Maybe you find a little sway side to side. If this is too deep, you can always be on 2 blocks. Just move your right leg side to side. Rolling the foot. And if you're up for just a fun challenge, roll your foot towards the outside of your ankle. So towards the outside of your foot, tuck under your back toes, and once more lift your weight off. And then release. Nice. Amazing. Now strong through the arms and step it back into a down dog. Walk your feet forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now we take the weight towards the left leg and slide the right behind you. Drop the knee down. Come up to a low lunge and walk your left foot forward as you feel like it's gonna be comfortable. Really strong through the back leg. Lift the knee off a few inches and hold here. Maybe you wanna walk your front foot a bit more. Really make this comfortable and active, okay? We're not flopping anything out, really engage through those glutes. Awesome, drop the knee down. Place the right hand on the mat and walk your left foot away from you to the side. Maybe the toes are in a diagonal. Really long up through your torso and sway your hips side to side. You did amazing. This, remember, lizard, if it's too much, you could always be on the blocks. Awesome, little challenge. Roll over to the outside of your foot, tuck under your back toes, and try to come to this. Nice. Drop it down, strong through the arms, tuck under your back toes, and push it back into a down dog. Big inhale here. And soft exhale, drop the knees down and sit back on your bum. Keep your knees up, your feet are a little bit wider than hip width, and just sway your knees side to side. Feeling your hip space. How does it feel now? Walk your feet forwards and bring your hips towards your feet. Inhale, grow tall up and roll the spine, vertebra per vertebra, head and neck. Come last into the floor. Nice, oh, amazing team. Now give it a big rub on those hips. Lengthen the legs actually. And give me a big rub on the hip flexors. They work really hard. Tappy, tappy. Yes, nice. Amazing. Bring the knees towards your chest. A bit of a squeeze. And maybe really leave your legs super relaxed. And with your hands on your knees, shake your legs. So it's a bit weird to explain, but just do like a shake, like you were trying to wake yourself up. And you will see that all your body will start kind of vibrating. And we'll rock forwards and back. And you can do one and one, like alternate the shake, or you could do two at the same time. And if your legs are relaxed enough, you should feel this floppiness on your ankles. Yes. A little bit more. Amazing. Awesome team. Now let your legs out long. Keep your hands on your hips. And soften your breath. Perceive all the sensations around your hip space. And just perceive this space that we use all the time. If we think about any movement that we do, the hips will most likely participate. Just very basic movements such as walking or sitting down and standing up. If we would go to more complex movements, maybe perhaps like climbing or running, still our hips are very important. In the majority of the movements we do, even laying down and coming up from laying down, we use our hips. So be very appreciative of this space, and you can give it a bit of a rub and some love. And carry on with this idea that your hips are very, very resilient and strong, and it's important to keep them active. Last breath. And we're going to break stillness with some wiggles on the toes and fingers. Maybe a yawn, stretching from your tiptoes all the way to your hands. And then rolling over to one side, pausing for a moment, and coming up to a comfortable seated position. Once you are there, place one hand on top of each other at the center of your heart. And we finish this class with a bit of appreciation for our amazing bodies, that they do amazing stuff for us, minute by minute. So take a big inhale and sigh it out. Palms together, and we bow. Amazing, well done team. I hope you've enjoyed this class. Let me know in the comments how it went for you. And if you found any value on this video, please, as usual, feel free to share the love. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you on the mat very soon. Bye bye.